So our next lab is how to test for vitamin C content in food. So yeah, it's still dealing with our digestive system, but it's also going to train us on how to titrate, which is a big thing. So the background you can read here, it talks about how vitamin C is important for us, what happens if we don't have enough vitamin C, our recommended daily allowance of vitamin C, how we can get that. Is it possible to determine how much vitamin C is present in fruits, fruit drinks? Yes, so these two things right here. You will be trained to test drinks and foods for their vitamin C content using the titration method, which is huge. This is the big point of this lab. Not only to show you like how much vitamin C, but to get you trained in how to titrate. You will be trained to observe how the process of foods can affect the amount of vitamin C they contain. So the procedure here, the kids are going to grab 4 medium test tubes and a beaker to carry them in, so you can put your test tubes in this beaker. They're going to get Lugol's iodine, which we used in a previous lab to test for starch, a beaker of starch solution, so we're testing there, and a beaker of standard vitamin C solution, which I will provide all of you guys. So the standard vitamin C solution you now have at your table is exactly 1 milligram of vitamin C dissolved in every 1 milliliter of water, so 1 milligram per milliliter. It's called a standard solution because we know exactly how much vitamin C is in it. We're going to use the standard to help us find out how much vitamin C is in our unknown solutions, right? So if we know, we have to have a known and figure that out to be able to figure out our unknowns. First, put exactly 20 drops of the standard vitamin C solution into a test tube. Next, add 5 drops of starch solution. Now this is the test. This is where the titration comes in. You're going to be completing this titration. In this method, you slowly add a test chemical to your solution until you see a color change of some kind. The important thing is to keep an exact count of the test chemical needed to cause this color change. We're going to try our titration now. May the force be with you. So we're counting drops. Your test chemical is the Lugol's iodine solution at your table. Add 1 drop of this to the standard and starch in the tube and swirl to mix. Did you see a color change? Probably not yet. So you're going to add a second drop, swirl to mix. Continue adding drops. Make sure you're counting the number of drops and swirling until the solution turns a darker bluish color for a second and then turns back to clear. So it doesn't mean that it turns dark blue and stays dark blue. It says until the solution turns dark blue for 1 second and then goes back to clear. At this point, you are getting close. Continue slowly dropping. So now we're counting 1 drop at a time and swirling the solution until it turns bluish and stays bluish. You've just completed a titration and reached what is called the endpoint. The endpoint is the point where the color change occurs. So that's when we're going to record the total number of drops of iodine needed to reach the endpoint. We're going to do that in table 1 right here. So we're doing this 2 trials and then averaging it. So this is titration. It's us dropping until we see this change. We're going to rinse the test tube and get as much water out of it as you can, then repeat steps 3 through 5 to do that second trial. We're going to then get the averages. So number 7 says, so why did the vitamin C standard solution plus starch turn a blue color at the end point when you added a drop of iodine to the test tube? When you add a drop of iodine to the test tube, it wants to react with the starch in the tube and turn dark blue. But instead, the vitamin C in the test tube reacts with the iodine. So each drop of, we're putting drops until we run out of vitamin C, and the iodine no longer reacts with the vitamin C, it's reacting with the starch solution instead. So at that point, we've used up all the vitamin C, and that's how we're titrating and figuring out how much there are. All right, so the more drops it takes, the more vitamin C. The less drops, if it turned dark blue right away, you're like, there's no vitamin C at all. So number 8, time to test the unknown sample so you can determine how much vitamin C is in each of them. All right, so let's see. Sorry, I'm going back and forth here. All right, so this is vitamin C standard. That's what we're doing right here. Then I'm going to have fresh orange juice. So I'm going to take oranges and literally get juice out of them. We're going to get frozen concentrate orange juice. We're going to get refrigerated orange juice. We've got canned orange juice. Basically all different orange juice. We're gonna have orange juice that has just been left out at room temperature. And then we're gonna try some apple juice, grapefruit, and tomato to see how those are too, and see how much vitamin C are in those three things. And we're doing the same thing that we did with the standard. And we're going to do them twice, and we're gonna get averages. Right? Once you get that part done, which I'm gonna have videos of the kids doing this, and I'll post the video on here for you guys to watch. So basically, you'll need to count how many drops for them to do that, and then you're gonna do the calculations. Now, on any of the calculations out of this book, it walks you through exactly. So as long as you're reading, it will tell you exactly what to do, and then it will also put in boxes the math that you are doing. All right, so it will walk you through each one of these. So now we're good. So as you're doing that, as you're walking through and getting your math here, you're going to be putting it in here. So serving size, vitamin C concentration, look, percent daily requirements, that's right here. So each of these boxes, total vitamin C in one serving, each of the boxes, it's telling you like that's gonna go down here, that's where you're gonna put that number. Then there's some questions to answer. Once again, as with any lab science activity, I can't post any results until the class actually does it. So that first day, today, when they start getting this out and doing that, I'll start taking video then. I'll try to get that uploaded. And then I will have to wait until the next day until they do some more, and so on. So if you want to come in and do it, you're always welcome to come in and do the lab yourself. But if not, then you're going to have to wait until your classmates do it and I then get it posted. So there's always kind of that lag there with you guys. All right, anyways, if there's anything you need from me, let me know, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye.